Okay, so what we have today is we have a little presentation about how to identify forces and what forces are and the specific types of forces. So forces are the cause of all motion. So these are some terms that you're going to need to know. A force is any push or pull that causes motion. There are two groupings that we could divide forces into. We could divide forces into the non-contact force and contact forces. Non-contact force. The agent does not need to touch the receiver to have an effect. In other words, if I am the agent and what I'm touching is the receiver. In other words, you don't have to have them touching. Contact force, you have an agent and you have a receiver. If you want to think about it like football, you have the person throwing the ball and then the receiver catches it. That would be a contact. The person, the agent would be the person tackling, and the receiver is the one getting tackled. Okay? Non-contact forces. There are four: gravity, magnetic, electrical, and nuclear. These words are all things that you've heard before. Gravitational force, or gravity, is a mutual force of attraction between particles due to their masses, and it's a non-contact force. The greater mass has the stronger gravity. Masses closer together have a stronger gravity. So if you think about this like the solar system, the sun has a bigger mass, so it holds everything in to its gravity, so that's why we orbit around the sun. But our moon is closer to us, so it orbits around the earth as well as following the orbit of the sun, which has the bigger mass. Magnetic force is the attracting or repelling of that one magnet has on another with certain metals. Things like iron, some copper, things like that. Basically any type of metal has some ability to be magnetic. Some of them are much better than others. This is also a non-contact force. Electrical force. Another name for this that you may see is static force. Electrical force is the buildup of electrons that causes oppositely charged materials to attract. Positive and negative things attracting, and materials with the same charge to repel each other. Non-contact force here. Nuclear force. This is the strongest force known to man so far, and this is the force that keeps the nucleus of an atom together. It's what keeps those protons and neutrons together and the electrons orbiting around it. Contact forces. There are three. You have frictional, you have buoyant, and elastic. Frictional force is a resistant force that happens when two things rub against each other. Buoyant force is when the force exerted upward by a liquid or gas on an object. Key words here, liquid or gas. So solids do not have buoyant force. However, the boat in this picture is the receiver of buoyant force. The buoyant force of the water is pushing up on the boat, keeping it afloat. Elastic force is the force exerted when it's stretched and then rebounds. Rubber bands, plastic, clothing, human skin, even human beings have an elastic force to it. Okay, so here are 7 scenarios that what I want you to do is I want you to go through and I want you to tell me which type of force you think is involved with this. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and stop this here so that you have to find out the answers for yourself. Okay, thank you.